Hobie came to meet Ryan as he has some work related to the orphanage. He went in her office, but she wasn't there. Then a worker told him that she is in the lawn of the orphanage. He went there when he saw Ryan playing with some children. She was laughing and running with them. Hobie was watching her with a smile. Then Ryan looked at Hobie and gestured him to join them. Hobie too joined them. They played with those children for some time, then lay down on the grass while huffing and laughing. You really like these kids a lot. Like you. Huh? You too like them. I guess, but I'm not what I look like. I know. Huh? You're more sweet and cute than I thought. She chuckled a little. You really are so sweet, she said with her loving eyes. You know, I also want to adopt a child, like Appa wanted you. She looked up at the sky and sighed. I wish I can give someone a beautiful life. You're already doing so much for them. I never saw a girl like you before. You're totally different. Your dreams, thoughts, mentality, everything is unique. I wasn't like this. It's because he gave me the courage to do it. She smiled while looking at the sky. He? Who? My high school best friend. He always encouraged me. I was so introverted and insecure, but he every time held my hand and admired me. I really loved him, and he too. You loved him? Annie, not in that way, but as friends. And after high school, I went abroad. And he went busy in his career. We never met after that, but I really miss him so much. He was the only friend I ever had. And after him, I never had any friends until you came. Can I know his name? He asked hesitantly, then smiled and said, Jimmy. Jimmy? John Jimmy, the famous idol John Jimmy. I want to meet him so badly. Even few months ago, I went to meet him, but Uncle Auntie said that he was not there. She pouted cutely when Hobie stood up and held Ryan's hand, pulling her up. Let's go. Where? To grab some coffee. And don't worry, you'll meet your friend soon. He gave his sunshine smile and they left from there. Here, Sugar is working on his laptop, sitting in his home office. It's almost 12 at noon. He stood up from the chair and left to grab some coffee to freshen up his mood. Mrs. Yu wasn't there as she went to her home because of some work. Then he saw Jimmy standing in the kitchen. He thought of ignoring him as he was not in a good mood. Jimmy looked at him and again started doing his work silently. But time to time, his eyes were making their way to look at him. Then Sugar poured the coffee in a cup and took a sip. When it instantly came out of his mouth, Jimmy couldn't stop his laugh and a chuckle left from his mouth. But he immediately zipped his mouth in a thin line to prevent laughing. Sugar noticed it and went closer to him. Why, huh? Why did you laugh? Is something funny? Jimmy looked down as he didn't want to show him that he is still controlling his laugh. Answer me. What's so funny, huh? You forgot to add sugar in it. I like it this way. What's your problem, huh? Just your name is Sugar, but you're bitter like that coffee. He turned him and was about to go when Sugar held his arms, pinning them up against the refrigerator. Jimmy couldn't process what happened in just a second. He looked in Sugar's eyes, which gave him goosebumps all over his body. Sugar clung more onto him while pulling his face with his one hand. Meanwhile, the other hand was holding Jimmy's both hands upwards. There wasn't any gap in between their bodies. Their faces were too close that they could feel each other's breath. Then Sugar whispered huskily against Jimmy's lips. Do you want to know how bitter I am? And on the other side, Hyunbin entered there and he got shocked looking what's happening in front of him. He was standing there like a statue. His mouth was hung open, eyes were wide. One hand was full of chips and another was holding the packet. Then the packet in his hand fell down on the floor and he choked on his chips in his mouth, gaining Sugar and Jimmy's attention. Sugar immediately distanced himself from Jimmy and looked at Hyunbin. Yes, I came at the wrong timing. He said with the same expression. What are you doing here? Didn't I tell you not to come here? Is that why you negate me to come here? He was still in shock. Sugar rolled his eyes and left from there. Then Hyunbin went towards Simin and shook him because he was still in that position. Are you okay, Hyun? Huh? Yes, I'm okay. What were you two doing? Were you going to kiss? No. He was just threatening me. He looked away and moved from there. But Hyunbin followed him like a puppy follows his owner. Threatening like that? You two were looking like one person. OMG! That position was really scary and romantic. The way he was holding you. I didn't know my hand can be this much touchy to someone. He said excitedly, and on the other side, Jimin's face turned red like a tomato. He also left from there hurriedly. Jimmy already slept, and here Suga is trying to sleep, but he can't. He is continuously turning left, right, and right to left. Suga point of view. No, it can't be. I cannot think about him. Why his hips are roaming in my mind again and again. No, you cannot think like this. Just focus. Then I turned when I saw Jimin's face. He is sleeping on the floor. My eyes stopped on his fluffy cheeks, which were looking more chubby due to the pressure on his one cheek. I didn't know when my feet made their way towards him. I bent down a little when unknowingly I touched his cheeks and then lips. I don't know why all of a sudden an urge to kissing his lips rushed into me. I bent down more to capture his lips, but then I looked at his face again and backed away. No, this is the person I hate the most. I cannot do this. I cannot. Then I immediately stood up and left from there as I was too frustrated. I don't know what rushed into me all of a sudden, but I just can't do it. I should always remember what he did. On the other side, Jimin, he opened his eyes after Suga left. He wasn't sleeping, he was just pretending to sleep. And when Suga came near his face, he closed his eyes more tightly. He was feeling Suga's breath, but still he didn't move an inch. But his heart, it was beating like it will explode any second. He kept his hand on his heart and then on his face, where Suga touched. Why his touch was feeling different? Did he want to kiss me? Why am I feeling happy? No, you cannot think like this about him. You cannot feel like this for him. You cannot. You have already someone in your heart. You cannot just betray him. You'll have to escape from here at any cost. Suga is punching the punch bag continuously like he is taking out his anger, pain and frustration on it. He is breathing heavily but didn't stop. Why? Huh? Why are you still roaming in my mind? Why don't you leave me alone? Why your eyes say that you are innocent? Why your smile makes me weak? Why? Because he is innocent. He came there with a bottle of energy drink and handed it over to him. See, you yourself know that he cannot do it. But you're still denying it. Why? Because you don't want to hear what your heart wants to say. Try to listen to it. Just stop this nonsense already, he said while drinking. Is this nonsense? Then why don't you ask your heart? I don't have any heart, he said coldly when Hubi chuckled. Jinja, just say once you don't feel anything for him. Just say that you don't feel hurt after hurting me. You're so stupid to admit it. Every time you hurt him, you hurt yourself. Do you think I'm an idiot who doesn't know what you do, huh? What do you mean? Hobi didn't say anything, just came closer to him and forcefully removed Suga's t-shirt. There were so many cuts on his body. They were deep and still fresh. What do you want to say now? You do this every time you hurt him, don't you? Well, just remember, you are just hurting his and your feelings. This is the last time I'm warning you. Just stop already. You believe others, but not me. Have you yourself tried to know the truth? If you know, then why don't you tell me, huh? I'll tell you, but with proof. And then you'll regret everything you're doing. Just wait for some time. Then talk to me when you have the proof. He left from there, leaving Hobie alone, who sighed deeply. Don't know why are you doing it, and for how long you're gonna hurt yourself. After that night, Jimin decided to escape from there, and he's doing everything silently. He doesn't know what area is this, what's the location, what's the city, but he's trying his best. He checked how many guards here in his house, where usually they stand, where they go, when they come, every single detail. He cannot ask Mrs. Yu as she still didn't come. Moreover, he is afraid if Shiva came to know about it. Here, Hobie and Ryan are sitting in a cafe while chit-chatting with each other when Hobie's phone rang. He looked at the caller ID. It's Mrs. Shah. Excuse me for some time, Ryan. It's really urgent. Yeah, sure. She gave a beautiful smile when Hobie came outside. Hello, Mr. Shah. Hi, Mr. Jung. I want to meet you as soon as possible. I have a lot of information about that matter. I just can't tell on the call. Yes, Mr. Shah, and be careful. I don't want to lose this chance again like before. I know, Mr. Jung, and I got some information that they are going to do something huge now. It's okay, Mr. Shah. Just meet me as soon as possible, and I'm really grateful you are helping me. It's my duty, Mr. Jung. As soon as I land in Korea, I'll inform you. Yes, Mr. Shah, and please take care. You too, Mr. Jung. Now I'm hanging up. As Hobie hung up the call, he saw a little girl around 5, came to him and hugged his legs. Appa, I want to eat ice cream. Hobie looked down and bent on his knees at her level. Hey little girl, I'm not your appa. Where are your parents? He said while keeping his hand on her head with his beautiful smile, which always makes me go crazy. Sorry, get back to the story. You are my appa. On the other side, Wine was watching them from inside. Then she noticed that the little girl started crying. She immediately ran outside. Okay, don't cry, please. He said when the little girl started crying. In meantime, Wine came there. What happened, Hobie? Why is this girl crying? She asked concernedly when that girl hugged Wine's legs. Oh, Ma, Appa is saying that he is not my Appa. Please call him. Wine was too stunned to speak anything. She bent down and hugged her. It's okay, baby. I'll scold your Appa. Just don't cry. Hobia, how can you say that she is not your daughter? How dare you? She yelled at Hobie when Hobie widened his eyes, but he understood that Wine is acting to make that girl calm. Then he said, I'm sorry, baby. Appa was just kidding. How can Appa forget you? Appa is really sorry. He will buy you ice creams, okay? He said while holding his ears cutely when Wine chuckled. Okay, I'll forgive you if you kiss Amma. She said while slapping when Hobie and Wine both looked at each other shockingly. Kiss her, Appa. Hobie blinked his eyes multiple times. He was feeling like his cheeks were burning. He looked at Wine, who nodded a little. Then Hobie went a little closer to her cheeks and closed his eyes. So did Wine. It was supposed to be a cheek kiss, but when Hobie was going to kiss Wine, that little girl turned Wine's face and Hobie's lips landed directly on Wine's. They both immediately opened their eyes and stood up. Meanwhile, that girl started giggling while clapping. At the same time, a lady came there running and held that girl's hand. I am really sorry, sir, ma'am. Did she trouble you? I'm really sorry. Actually, she is not mentally well. If somehow she troubled you, then I'm sorry. She bowed multiple times. It's okay, ma'am. She's really so cute. Are you her mom? Annie, I'm her doctor and caretaker, Lisana, and she is Hang Sunjin. Actually, her parents died in a car accident some months ago. Her grandparents are raising her now, but as they are too old to take care of her, they hired me as a doctor and as a caretaker. Oh, well, I'm Jongyan. I run an orphanage. If you need any help, just call me. Here, it's my card. She gave her a card and bowed. Oh, Miss Jongyan, I heard a lot about you. It's nice to meet you, and I'll surely contact you if there will be any need. He nodded and again bent down. Jane, you're a good girl, Mama's good girl, right? She kissed her cheeks when Seonjin cutely nodded. Then go with Sanani. Mama has some work now, okay? Appa will also come? She asked with her big doe eyes. Yes, Appa will also come. He too bent down and kissed on her forehead. Promise? Promise. They connected their pinky finger when Sana picked her up in her arms. She smiled and left from there with Seonjin. Wine then looked at Hobie and she remembered the scene of their kiss. She broke the eye contact when Hobie said, I didn't mean to do that, Wine. Are you angry? Actually, it was my first kiss. Mine too. I'm really sorry. It's just okay. You didn't do it intentionally. And I'm sorry too. Because of me, you lost your first kiss. It's fine. That girl was actually. Yes, she was indeed. But I was so shocked when she called me Mama. For some seconds I thought, when did I become Mama of your daughter? She laughed, making Bobby laugh. But you really scolded me like a white dove. I was shocked when you scolded me. Sorry for scolding you. They both laughed from there while talking and laughing. Jimin completed all the work and came inside his room, means Suga's room. He was about to lay down, but he heard a vibration sound. He stood up and his gaze went on Sugar's bed. He saw a phone which was vibrating continuously. He paused for a while, then ran towards the phone. He looked everywhere in the room, then checked the restroom, but Sugar wasn't there. I think it's the right time. I cannot lose this chance. Should I dial Jungkook's number? But what's his number? Why I can't remember? Why I can't remember anyone's contact number? Why? I was continuously trying to remember when I heard someone open the door. I froze on my place. My grip on the phone tightened when I could hear he was coming towards my direction. At the point, I thought he caught me, and now I'm dead. But what he did made me more shocked and stunned. He hugged me from behind and whispered, Jimin, I want to hold you like this for some time. Please stay still. He said in his husky, drunk voice. I couldn't believe what he was doing, but the mobile in my hands fell down and I felt a lot of butterflies in my stomach. My heartbeat started increasing as he started coming more closer. I was getting goosebumps all over my body. What the hell is happening with me? Can I hold you like this forever? I will love you. I love you, Jimin. His words are giving me butterflies. But what did he say? He loves me? No, it can't be. He's just drunk. That's why he's saying this. But what he did next made my mind stop working. He kissed on my neck. Everything went blank as his lips touched my skin. I clutched my lower with my hands as he started and giving wet kisses on my neck. I bit my lower lip to prevent my mouth. I threw my neck backwards when he slid his hands under my t-shirt and attacked on my shoulder. I was becoming weak and weaker in his touch, but then I remembered someone and pushed him hard away from me. He instantly fell on the bed. I looked at him and he already slept like that. His half body was on bed and legs were hanging. I didn't look at him more and immediately ran into the bathroom. I switched on the water tap and sank my body into the bathtub. No, no, I cannot feel like this. He touched me. I'm feeling so low now. Why? I cannot feel good in his touch. I can't. Wash it. Just wash his touch. Just wash. He was rubbing his body continuously while shedding tears. For bathing after 1 hour, he came out of the bathroom. He saw Suga was still sleeping in that position. He tried to ignore him but couldn't. He went near him, took out his socks and blazers. He made him lay on the bed properly and covered him with a towel. Then he too laid on the floor and slept. Suga woke up with a massive pain in his head. He opened his eyes and saw Jimin was standing there looking outside. He didn't say anything and got up. He was about to go in the washroom when Jimin said something. Did you sleep well? None of your business. Jimin chuckled sarcastically while coming closer to Yungi. Of course, you'd have slept soundly after what you did last night. What the hell are you talking about? Then Jimin slid his t-shirt a bit and showed him the hickeys Sugar planted on his neck and shoulder last night. Sugar's eyes widened when he looked at them. Wait, did you forget? And do you want to know more what we said? What you did? Let me tell you. You hugged me and kissed on my neck and shoulder. And the funniest thing is, you said that you want to hold me forever. That you love me. And you believe that. Such a fool you are. He chuckled and came closer to Jimmy. Did you forget that you are my slave? I can do whatever I want. He said in a low, stern voice. Just be thankful that you are not my. Moreover, I am not interested in your body. Your every inch just a cross. He looked at him head to toe. I am feeling so disgusted of you. Your touch, your everything is disgusting. I hate you. I hate you with the depth of my heart. Jimin said in his hurtful voice. His heart was catching badly because of Sugar's words. His eyes were shedding tears. He was feeling like someone was sticking a needle in his heart. Sugar left him there when Jimin fell on the ground while crying his eyes out. Hyunbin and Hobie stepped inside while discussing about something. Then they spotted Jimin in the kitchen. Jimin Young, come here please. He shouted and Jimin came there. Hyunbin, Young, what you two are doing here? He asked softly with a smile. What were you making? It's smelling nice. He said while sniffing around. I just made some cupcakes. Do you want to try? Of course, Tohm. Who will refuse to eat cupcakes made by you? I can wait. Okay, just wait. Then he again went in the kitchen and came with cupcakes. Both Hyunbin and Hobie took cupcakes and started eating. Yum, it's really yummy. How can you make this much tasty food? He said while devouring it. It's really tasty, Jimin. What you two are doing here again? He said while coming there from outside. Oh, Hyun, come here. See, Jimin Young made cupcakes. These are really tasty. Come have it, he said while taking third cupcake. I don't know. Before he could say further, Hobie stuffed a cupcake in his mouth. Don't always open your mouth to utter something bad. Eat it. He said when Sugar just ate the cupcake as he couldn't throw it out. Moreover, it was tasty. He left from there while glaring at Hyunbin and Hobie, but they didn't mind him a bit. You did right. He laughed louder and then said, Jimin Young, day after tomorrow is my birthday. Oh really? Happy birthday, Hyunbin. He said with his eyes smile. And you'll have to come in my birthday party. I cannot go out of here. I'm sorry. But birthday party isn't this mansion, Young. Please. He said with his puppy eyes. Still, I cannot. First, I'm just a servant here. Furthermore, you won't allow me. Moreover, I cannot show up. It can create a problem. Then, how about a mask party? We can give it a theme of mask, right, Young? Great idea. Like this, you can enjoy and no one will recognize you. I'm sorry, Hyun, but I don't want to. He was about to go when Sugar said out of nowhere, You can come. He said while looking at Jimmy and then left immediately. Oh, what was that? Did he just allow you to come in my birthday party? He did. Now you'll have to come, Jimmy. And about clothes? Then I'll bring for you. He said while smiling softly when Jimin just nodded. Jimin got ready and wore the dress which Hobie bought for him. He looked himself in the mirror. Isn't this dress too skinny? Why Hobie Young bought this? He could have bought something simple and baggy. Then he saw Hobie entered. Oh Mo, you look so beautiful, Jimina. This dress really looks awesome on you. But Young, don't you think it's too tight? I mean skinny? It's really look perfect. Now wear your mask and let's go. Then they left in the party hall. As Jimin and Hobie entered, everyone's gaze shifted on them, and they started whispering. But no one could recognize Jimin as he was wearing mask. Jimin walked towards Hyunbin and wished him happy birthday, Hyunbin. He hugged him when Hyunbin said, "Thank you, Hyun. You are looking damn. I think someone will fall for you tonight for sure, or maybe already fall." He looked at Suga, who was staring at Jimin from far, and Suga, he was lost in Jimin's beauty. I was talking to some guests when all of a sudden everyone started whispering. I looked at the direction, then my gaze shifted towards him. He is looking so damn beautiful in that black dress. Oh, my heart felt a burning sensation when he hugged Hyunbin. I felt like pull him away with me. Why the hell he wore that dress? Everyone's eyes on him. After some time, Hyunbin cut the cake and now everyone is enjoying the party. Then Hyunbin took the mic and announced something, grabbing everyone's attention. Attention please. It's my birthday today. I'm glad that my Hyung is here with me. He was always here for me. Even after our parents died, I never felt alone. I never felt like I'm alone. I'm, you know, thank you, Hyung, for raising me and for being with me. I love you, Hyung. He said all the things while looking at Suga, who smiled a little. Now, I'd like you to come on the stage and dance. Thank you. As he said, some couples came on the stage and started dancing. Hyunbin was also dancing with a girl, and there, Jimin was admiring the scene in front of him. He was standing at afar when Hobi came there. Why don't you dance? No, yo, I'm fine like this. And if you came to know about it, it can create a new problem. Why do you always behave like a submissive husband? Huh? Do you think he will come and ask for your hand to dance with you? He won't, but believe me, he'll come for sure if you'll do one thing. Huh? He looked at Hobie confusedly when Hobie dragged him on the stage and started dancing with him. What are you doing here? Wait for some minutes. Just try me. We can dance together. Then they started moving with the music when Hobie was holding Jimin's hand securely. But then all of a sudden, Jimin felt a pull. Someone grabbed his hand and pulled him towards him. In a fraction of a second, Jimin's hand landed on his shoulder. Just by his touch, Jimin could feel who was he. Our cruel Mafia Sugar. Dancing with my best friend, huh? Do you even know whom you belong to? He said while pulling Jimin's waist more closer to him. When their lower parts touched with each other, Sugar leaned towards Jimin's face more. You belong to this monster. Who gave you permission to dance with someone else? And why did you wear this dress? He was pulling Jimin more and more closer that Jimin couldn't even speak due to the closeness. If he will move a little, their lips can touch. Then Sugar loosened his grip a little and they started dancing. With every beat of music and Sugar's touch, Jimin's heart was pounding at high tempo. After a few minutes of dancing, Sugar leaned closer to Jimin's ear and whispered in his ear, "Just go to your room. I'll be back after some time." He said and left Jimin there. Jimin's heart was still racing a marathon. He went down on the stage and was about to go when Hyunbin dragged him with him. "Hyung, where are you going? Let's have some drink." He pulled Jimin with him towards bar counter. At first, Jimin denied to drink, but after one gulp, he couldn't control and took 4-5 shots. Now, Hyunbin couldn't stop him. "Hyung, stop! If Sugar Hyung came to know, he'll kill me for sure. I want to drink some more. I'm not drunk. Give me some more." Then Hyunbin made Jimin stand up, but as Jimin was too drunk to handle, he put Jimin's hand on his shoulder and grabbed his waist to make the balance. Jimin was continuously babbling. Hyunbin took him out of the party hall and was walking through the hallway when Suga approached them. What happened to him? Actually, he drank a lot. Who drank? Me? No, I'm not drunk. Waiter, give me some more drink. I'm not drunk yet. Give me some more drink. I'll handle him. You go back to the party. Okay, Hyung. Then Suga pulled Jimin towards him from Yunbin, and Yunbin left. But Jimin was too much to handle, so Suga carried him in bridal style, but Jimin started wiggling. Hey, how dare you to touch me? Leave me. I won't. Now shut up. Do you know whom I belong to? Huh? I belong to Suga. You know, the Mafia king Suga. I belong to him. If he came to know that he touched me, he will kill you. I know. Then leave me. Stay still, otherwise I'll throw you on the floor. Jimin then put his finger on his mouth and wrapped his arms around Suga's neck. Suga carried him towards his room and laid Jimin down on the bed, but he got up quickly. Listen, you mister, don't try to do anything with me. I will punch on your face, and I want to punch on his face, he said while making his both hands into his. Call him. He called my body gross. How dare you? You, look at me. Look at me. Do I look gross? He said while standing straight in his clothes. Don't I look? Huh? Tell me. You are. Then why, huh? Why he called me like that? Does he hate me this much? But you know what? He giggled a little. I don't hate him. He came closer to Suga and again said, I really like him. His touch, his eyes, which are dark but deep, which shows his pain. But why? Huh? Why he doesn't tell me anything? I want him to share his pain with me. He's like this. Now sleep. Suga made him sit on the bed again and sat beside him on the edge of the bed. You know what? How he behaves like? Then Jimin cupped Suga's face with his shaky hands and squeezed his cheeks. Jimin, I hate you. Jimin looked at his face and blinked his eyes multiple times. You know, your lips look just like his. He touched Suga's lips with his index finger, then looked in his eyes. And your eyes. Your eyes too look like his. Are you his twin or something? He bent more closer to his face. I'm Suga. Jimin giggled at Suga's statement. Ginger? He then moved on Suga's lap, wrapping his hands around his leg. He wrapped his legs around his torso. Then Suga wrapped his one hand around Jimin's waist to secure him. He looked at Jimin's face when he felt Jimin's lips on his right cheek, then his left cheek. Do you know what are you doing? He said in his intense voice. I want to kiss your lips. Just stay still. He sat cupping Suga's face and leaned towards Suga's lips. But as he was now too dizzy, he fell on Suga's shoulder. Suga touched Jimin's cheeks when he heard Jimin's nose. He made him lay down on the bed. Then he noticed Jimin's clothes. They were too skinny. How can he breathe in these clothes? He whispered to himself and pulled out some comfy clothes from his wardrobe. He again looked at Jimin and pulled the door over him and also went inside. He changed his clothes and came out of the room. Just then he got a message and left towards the basement with his big steps. He entered and saw Hobby there. Did they utter anything? Not yet. But how did you find that he was going to attack? I already had an idea that they will surely come in this party. And when you were dancing with Jimin, I saw him coming towards you. I was standing at a bar when my gaze shifted towards Jimin. He is standing at a bar admiring the view, and I can see his small smile, even in this darkness. But then Hobie joined him. They talked a little, then Hobie pulled him on the dance floor and started dancing with him. What the hell they are doing? Why is he holding him like that? I clench my jaw when I am feeling like something is burning inside me. It's my heart. Why is it so difficult to see him so close with someone else? I was watching them when my eyes fell on a guy who was going towards them. It's kinda dark, but I can feel something unfortunate. That guy was going to come near them when I ran towards them and pulled him towards me. I signaled Ruby and he understood, hold that guy's hand and started dancing with him. I pulled Jamin more closer so that he cannot see around. After some time, Hobie pulled that guy out of the party hall. Then I also left behind me and saw Hobie was fighting with two guys. I immediately ran towards them and pulled one guy's collar and punched him on his face. Hobie and I fought with them when they got injured and we pulled them in basement. I knew our enemies can appear in this party. I thought they'll target Hyunbin, but then I came to know that Jimin is their target. Where is he? Is he okay? He was drunk and now sleeping. Hobie hummed when Suga again said, but I don't know how they found that Jimin is there and why they targeted him. You know very well why. Enemies always target on our weak points. But how they know about it when no one knows except you and me? Even walls have ears. You should be more careful. Then they looked at those guys who were tied on the chair. Sugar pulled one guy's hair when he screamed, tell me, who is your boss? Otherwise I know what I can do. We won, he said while laughing. If we tell you, he will kill us. And if we won, you will kill us. So just kill us. Loyal, huh? Let me see it then. Then Suga pulled out his gun and shot on that guy's hand, making him scream his lungs out of pain. Then he pointed at another guy who was shivering due to fear. Please don't shoot me. I don't know. I don't know who is the boss. Please leave me. I was just following his order. He paid us to kidnap Jungkook. Please leave. Please leave me. Please leave me. He started begging while crying and wiggling. Let me fulfill your wish, he said and shoot them both at the spot. Then their blood spread there, making Sugar chuckle a bit. Sugar in mind, I will find you. Who you are, where you are. I'll find you and kill you. Hobie in mind, I know. Soon. Just wait for some time more. I'll make sure you read it. I just need some proofs. Then he remembered something and left from there. Hobie entered inside Suga's home office and saw him sleeping on the chair, leaning backwards. Wake up, you sleeping cat. I'm not sleeping, I'm just resting, he said in his sleepy voice. Why you are resting here? You could have slept in your room. Jimin is sleeping there. Wait, you both sleep in that room. Then why? He is sleeping on my bed. Oh, someone is sleeping on your bed. It amazed me. He was not in his sense last night, so I just, this much care? What about caring it? He said coldly. I know everything, so better don't hide. By the way, I came here to tell you that the doctors came. You should meet them and talk to them in your own way. I need some work now. I have to go. He was about to go when Sugar said, thank you. No need, he said and left from there. Jimin rubbed his eyes and felt a sharp pain in his head. Then he realized that he was sleeping on Sugar's bed. He said immediately, what I'm doing here? On his bed. I just remember that Hyunbin offered me some drink and then I didn't do much. What happened after that? What the hell I'm doing on his bed? And my clothes? Did I myself change my clothes? Just then Hyunbin entered there. Hyun, you wake up. Are you feeling okay now? Hyunbin, did you took me here? He asked hesitantly. Ani Hyung, Sugar Hyung took you here. You were too drunk and I couldn't handle you. Then Hyung took you here. Who changed my clothes? Oh, your clothes? Of course Hyung must have changed. What? He changed my clothes. Ah, Hyung, you starved me, he said while putting his hand on his chest. Of course Hyung must have changed your clothes. Then who else could do? No, it can't be. Are you feeling shy, Hyung? Your face turned red. That must be so romantic, isn't it? Ah, it's like a K-drama. What if you two fall for each other and then marry? He said excitedly while looking at the wall with his dreamy eyes. What? No, it can't be. It can't be. Wait, no, how young held your wrist while dancing last night? Ah, I wish someone could do like this with me. Sugar came out of the bathroom after taking a bath when he saw Jimmy standing there nervously. He ignored him and went toward the dressing table. Then Jimmy asked, "Can I? Did you? I mean, say clearly. Did my clothes last night?" He asked in one breath when Sugar threw his towel on the floor, which was in his hand. He said while stepping towards Jimmy, "What did you ask? Say clearly." Did did you change my clothes last night? He asked while going backwards until he fell on the bed. Yes, I did, he said while bending towards Jimmy. Do you want to continue what you left last night? He trapped Jimmy in between his arms and begged. What I did? He asked in his nervous and stuttering voice. Then Sugar came more closer to Jimmy's face and rubbed his rosy lips with his thumb. You wanted to kiss me. Do you want to continue that? Jimmy widened his eyes. I cannot do this. You did. You did so many things to provoke me. And if you would haven't slept, I would have lost my control. You are lying. Why would I? And believe me, if once I'd be addicted to these things, you'd be in more trouble. He smiled and leaned closer to his ear. I wonder how you will sound under me. He whispered in Jimmy's ear and moved away. Jimmy was still frozen on his place. He blinked his eyes multiple times when Sugar's words hit on his mind. He felt like his heart would come out of his chest any time. His whole body was burning in shyness. He stood up immediately when Sugar said, Get up if you don't want to get into any trouble. I got late. Wine would be waiting for me. I'm straight 1 hour late. I reached at the destination, which is a little far from the city. It's almost an empty place. And it's almost night. Just some people are roaming around. She is sitting on a bench when I reached there and tapped on her shoulder. And she looked at me and smiled. To be honest, she has the most beautiful smile. I can never resist it. Ahubia, you came. I'm really sorry for making you wait. It's okay. I can wait for you for my whole life. Huh? Sit, she said, and Hobie sat beside her. Thanks for coming here and in my life too. But he couldn't complete his sentence because Ryan put her head on his shoulder. His heart started beating faster. He slowly looked at Ryan's face. Her eyes were closed. They both were silent, but their hearts were speaking more louder. Then Ryan spoke. You know what? You made my life more brighter with your presence. Can you make it brighter for the rest of my life? What? What do you mean? Then Ryan moved a little and faced him. I know it's all of a sudden, but Jungkook, I fell for you. I don't know how, but I love you. Hobie was listening to her silently. I know you like me just as a friend, but can you give me a chance? Can you love me back? No. Hobie stood up when Ryan also stood. I always saw you just as a friend, Ryan. I never thought of loving you in that way. But you can give me a chance at least, she said with her teary eyes. I don't want to. You better forget me and never ever call me again. But before she could say further, Hobie left from there, leaving Ryan alone. Tears started flowing through her eyes when she again sat on the bench while sniffing. Why? Why can't you give me a chance? Am I not good enough for you? And if you didn't want to give me any chance, then we could be friends like before. Why? Why did you say that?